know about you, but I started my online business to have the freedom to be present for my family. However, after years of corporate hustle mentality, I returned to the on balance of always working. I had to challenge my mindset to find a way to prioritize the day to day with my family while growing my online business. To do this, I had to create a routine and set my own personal boundaries that allowed me to embrace my realistic work life balance as a work from home entrepreneur. I'm curious. Do you feel like you're out of balance or do you feel like everything's fine? But here's the thing, I've worked with my fair share of mama entrepreneurs that are starting out or a little bit further along in their entrepreneurial journey, and they tend to fall into one of two buckets on the work life balance scale. Are you the work life balance scale? Are you out of balance because you're consumed with your business? I know, right? It's so exciting in the beginning. I'm guessing you already know that's the bucket that I fell into when I began my business. I continuously found myself creeping into my office at any free moment. This was for two reasons. I was excited, and I am still excited about running a business. And I still believe that I must hustle harder to be successful. My work-life balance really was out of whack. So are you in that hustle harder bucket? Or perhaps you're in this other one. And mama, you're seated on the struggle bus. You still have the same love and passion for your business, but you struggle with the time management and keeping yourself accountable when there's no set work day. It's like a fall with your time. Now, do you know which of the two buckets that you fit into? Well, here's my ideas for setting yourself up for success as you pivot into being a work from home entrepreneur. Or maybe you've already been a work from home entrepreneur, but you're really struggling. So my hustle harder entrepreneurs, let's look at the conscious changes to not fall into the trap of hustling harder. Now, it's important to remember, what is your why? What do you want to do? You want to be present for your family and you want to be an entrepreneur, right? I'm guessing that you have lofty business goals and you have big ambitions as to what you want to do. And nothing is standing in your way of success. I get it. But define the why you had a desire to be a work from home business owner to begin with. Even though you think your why is your big goal, I think you'll agree with me when I say it'll be freedom to be present for your family. Another critical point is to sit down and map out that dream week that you have using your why and your business goal. By mapping out your dream week, make sure you plan this out from the time you wake up in the morning until you go to bed. What will you be working on and doing when you're in your business? What will you be doing when you're with your family? Remember, as a work from home entrepreneur, you have the freedom to be present with your family throughout the day. Take advantage of that. It's a beautiful thing. And in case you missed the last week's episode on your dream week, I'll go ahead and put a link down below in the show notes for you. Are you the struggle bus entrepreneur? Maybe you're on the struggle bus with your time management and keeping yourself accountable when there's no set work day. There's no set work time. Nobody's there saying you need to do this, and this. You have to hold yourself accountable for it. All of a sudden, you have all the freedom in the world, and it's glorious. And then all the things that you wanted to do, they're yelling at you. Get me done. Oh, you have time. You have time. Well, now this is important. What are your intentions? After all, intentions are the cornerstone of your life. What intentions do you want in your life and as a work from home entrepreneur? Besides freedom to be present for your family, what do you want to have happen? Do you know? If not, get out your journal and ask yourself, what are my intentions? What are my intentions for my life, my family, my business? What are my overall intentions? Journal until you have your answer for your work from home business and again for your life. Besides making time to tackle all those home projects that are yelling at you, be clear with yourself when you are in the work mode and when you are in home mode. This is done by figuring out your time bank and your time blocks. I'll go ahead and link to a previous episode, I think it was 2 ago, that had to do with your time blocking and how they're helpful for planning out your days. One key thing in both of these areas as well, whether you're a hustle harder or a struggle busser, is setting boundaries with your family. Because guess what? This is new to them. They will also need to shift their thinking about having you at home all the time. How do I know this? Well, of course, one, based on my own experience and because like attracts like, this is a common scenario that I've worked through with more than one of my coaching clients when they're struggling with that work-life balance. You see, when you transition from a traditional 9 to 5, where they tell you what you need to do and the things that you need to get done, to a work from home entrepreneur, it's essential to take the time to set the boundaries with your family. As I mentioned, this is new to them. Step back and look at it from their point of view. When mom was at home in the past, she wasn't figuring out how to balance between running a business and taking care of her family. Her focus was purely on caring for her home and her family. Now, all of a sudden, that's no longer the case. Aside from setting up your own boundaries, it will also mean talking to your family about the fact that you're not at home when you're in the office. Trust me, you will not have a successful work from home business if you say yes to dropping your work to run errands for your family when it's supposed to be your work hours. Given these points, ensure that you're honoring your commitment to growing your business and your family. That's why it's key to have that work-life balance as an entrepreneur. And finding a work-life balance is crucial to avoid burnout and maintain your productivity. So friends, here's some strategies that I've found effective and that I recommend to my clients as well. And that the first chunk of them are around establishing routines. So creating a morning routine for yourself. So start your day with purposeful morning routine that sets the tone for productivity and positivity. Now keep in mind, if you're one that likes to jump right into your day and begin working, and this is the best time for you, do that. Don't do a morning routine just because I'm telling you to. Do what works for you. But if you would like to have a morning routine, you can do little activities like exercising, meditation, journaling, reviewing your goals for the day. And guess what? They don't have to be long. You can do a 5-minute yoga stretch or a 1-minute yoga stretch. Or heck, you can do down dog and call it your morning yoga. You can do 1-minute meditation, a 2-minute meditation. Like these things do not have to be extravagant or long. It can be short and sweet. The trick is to find what works for you. I know I say that so often, but it is true and actual a fundamental thing of running a business. Experiment with finding a routine that energizes you and focus you for your day ahead. Another thing for establishing routines is developing a morning routine for your children. Establish a consistent morning routine for them. They will love it because it will start their day out on the right foot. Let's be real, kids like things to be consistent and routine. With this, you need to make sure that you're doing like age appropriate tasks. Like if you want them to make their bed, starting young is a good thing. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just show them. And as they get older, it will improve. Brushing their teeth because it's so essential to make sure that they know how to do brushing their teeth every day and they know it's a true habit that they need to have along with flossing. Don't forget the flossing. And let them help you do breakfast preparation if you do that in the morning. I don't even know how old Marley was when she started getting up with an alarm clock. It was before her brother was born and she was 22 months when he was born. So she was young and she was the one that alarm clock went off. He figured out how to turn it off and she would do all her stuff, get them all ready. But that is just her personality. But anyway, I digress. The next one, or Number 3 for establishing your routines would be to implement an end of the office routine for you. So wind down your day with an end of the business routine, similar to what you would have done if you were in an office. Like, what would be the things that you would do? Would you just leave the office as is and not set yourself up for the next day? Well, if that's is, I guess do you that way. But when you have an end of the day routine as a work from home entrepreneur, it helps you transition then from that work mode into your relaxation and home mode. So this could include just reviewing your accomplishments for the day, planning your next day, doing a little bit of reading. Maybe you have a little hobby that you want to do that calms you in between your work and your family time. Whatever it is, do that. Figure it out. And you want to have an evening routine too that helps you mentally disconnect from work and allows you to focus on your family. Another routine in here, well, maybe it's a routine. I have it under the routine bank, but it's utilizing the Pomodoro technique. And I think I've talked about it now for 3 weeks in a row. But this really is a time management method that involves working in those focused intervals. And then you have your 5-minute breaks. But when you use this method, it's a beautiful way to tackle your home to-do list at the same time while you're working during the day. Because during these breaks, you can tackle folding your laundry, doing a quick 5-minute tidy up around your house, or you can spend each one of those little 5-minute breaks cleaning your kitchen. Yes, these may be exact things that I do with my 5-minute breaks, but you will be amazed at how much you can get done in those 5 minutes. And honestly, this approach allows you to feel that freedom of running your business and being present for your family because it's the best of both worlds. You get to focus on your business while accomplishing those household responsibilities as well. Win-win. It feels magical, just magical to be able to get so much done during the day. Just one quick note on the standard 25 minutes, and I've said it before, but in case this is the first time you've been here, you need to experiment with that interval. I know that there's a whole science behind the 25-minute intervals for the Pomodoro technique, although I know for me personally, at 25 minutes is when I'm just starting to get into my flow. So I take longer. Mine's more like 50 minutes in there, and then I do a 5-minute break. But just experiment. Find what intervals actually work for you. And then once you feel like you've hit it, just keep hitting that on repeat. And then one other quick thing on that, I do utilize an app called Flow for Macs to be able to have it go on and off on my computer so that I know when my 5-minute break is up. And I know when my 5-minute break ends. Or you can use your Apple Watch if you have one and set a 5-minute timer. Okay, number 5, set yourself up for success the night before. So this is my question to you. What are your morning pain points? Like, what repeat patterns show up day after day that cause you that unnecessary stress in the morning? Do you battle with what you're going to wear for yourself, what your kids are going to wear? Why not try laying out your clothes? Try not having your kids pick out their outfits and then you can approve it that night before. Just all of those things help with starting out your day with not having to make so many decisions because decision fatigue is a real thing and you don't want it to just strike you in the morning. And then you want to make sure that you're preparing your kitchen, your breakfast by setting out your bowls, your spoons, and maybe prepping like a batch of overnight oats for a healthy start for everybody's day. Again, you do you, whatever you guys do for your breakfast, but just having that stuff as much as you can prep the night before makes it so much easier that next morning. And then teach your kids the importance of organization. Do you find it extremely difficult to get your kids out the door on time in the morning? If this is the case for you, make sure your evening routine includes everything to get your kids set up to be able to get out the door on time. I've set an example for my kids from a very young age to put your stuff away so that you do not need to spend time looking for it, especially in the morning. I know this may sound a little bit harsh to a few of you, and all of my 3 adult children have turned out just fine, in my opinion. Of course, that's mine. Maybe somebody else has a different opinion. You do you. But I set the example for them to let them know. We need to know where our things are. You need to put them away the same place every single time so you're not searching for things because that's wasted time. That's lost time you'll never get back because you simply just didn't take the couple seconds to put it away where it belonged so you didn't have to look for it. And it wasn't very often that it happened, but I mean, it did happen on occasions where they would not be able to find something that they needed and they had a missing item. Trust me, it doesn't take very many times for them to figure out where they need to put their things, because if an item that they were looking for was not found by the time that we had to leave in the morning, they had to go without it. And I won't lie, I truly won't. And it did destroy me inside to listen to them cry on the way to school. And I'd reassure them that it was okay. And once we returned home, I would help them find and hunt for that thing as soon as we walked in the door. By gathering everything the evening before, that makes a stress-free morning because you're not trying to look for things that you shouldn't be looking for. Make sure that the homework is signed off on. Like all those things that you don't want to be dealing with in the morning. Did you clean out the backpack the night before? Like, trust me, like my youngest, I tell you, she was a handful sometimes. But look for those routines to set you up to make your life go smoother. You can create new habits and routines as you transition from working outside your home into actually owning a work from home business. Okay, the next section. This is only 3. I promise I won't ramble on. The last one was 6. Prioritize your self-care. So schedule time for yourself. As you are a busy business owner, it's essential to prioritize your self-care. Now, does this mean I want you to spend hours of doing it? Only if you need hours of doing it, but just block time in your calendar for an activity that's going to recharge you. Exercise, meditation, the little hobby that I talked about before. Create this time as non-negotiable to help you maintain that healthy work-life balance. 2, set boundaries. So communicate your work hours and expectations clearly to your family and your clients. Everybody needs to know what working hours are. Establish those designated work times and create a dedicated workspace to help you mentally separate your work and your family. Like I have a packet when I was in OBM that had like all my business information, and it had my business hours in there when I was doing client work and when I was doing my own work. I had it all laid out in there so people knew exactly what was happening. Practice mindfulness is number 3 for under prioritize your self-care. So incorporate your mindful techniques into your daily routine, and that's going to help you reduce your stress and then improve your focus. It also keeps you in the moment instead of looking too far down the road. This can be just something like your gratitude journaling, doing again a short meditation. Apparently, I want you guys to meditate, or just doing deep breathing exercises such as the box breathing. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before, where you inhale for a 4 count and then you hold your breath, and then you exhale for a 4 count and then you hold your breath again, and then you just repeat that cycle. I don't know how many, if there's a specific number that you do it. I do it a 4, everything in 4s. And embrace flexibility. This is the next, and I have 3 under this one as well. So be open to adjust your routine. So as a work from home entrepreneur, your schedule may need to adjust to your family's needs. And that's good. That's exactly what you want, right? That's why you're doing your business. Freedom and flexibility for your family. Be willing to experiment with those different routines and find what works best for you and for your family. I want you, number 2, to leverage your content creation skills, because you knew I had to talk about content sometime. As a content creator, you have the ability to work ahead and batch your content. So take advantage of those productivity periods to create content in advance. That will give you more flexibility when you have those unexpected family needs arise, or if you want to have some flexible Fridays. And then outsource when necessary. Don't hesitate to seek help when you need it. And considering outsourcing tasks like your cleaning, your meals preparation, or even certain aspects of your business to free up your time for family and self-care. And don't forget that those tasks can be outsourced to your children. I had a recent conversation with somebody regarding how I had my children start doing their own laundry when they were 10. I think my oldest was 10. And this was such a gift to them because at least 2 of them had to show their college roommates how to do laundry. So keep that in mind. Set your children up for success in the future, and that is easily done by outsourcing some of the things that you're doing for them so they learn how to do it while you're there watching and helping them grow. Okay, friends, it is time to wrap this up. I've been in the exact same shoes. I understand the unique challenges that come with being a work from home entrepreneur, content creator, and mom. Balancing your business, content creation, and a family can be overwhelming, but with the right strategies and support, you can achieve your goals and maintain that healthy work-life balance. If you're ready to take your business to the next level while creating more time for the things that matter most, I invite you to work with me. Together, we'll develop your personalized routine, implement efficient time management techniques, and create a roadmap for your success. You'll learn how to repurpose your content effectively, streamline your processes, and build a thriving business that allows you to be present for your family. Don't let the challenges of being an entrepreneur hold you back for reaching your full potential. Apply to work with me today, and let's get started building your life and business you've always dreamed of. With my guidance and support, you'll gain the clarity, confidence, and tools you need to excel as a health and wellness coach and content creator and mom. Take the steps forward to a more balanced, fulfilled life. I'm here to help you every step of the way. I'll put the link to work with me down below. Thank you so much, friend, for listening. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful week.
Yay! Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you found this episode valuable and learned some actionable tips that you can implement in your business so that you can feel accomplished and less stressed. If you enjoyed this show, please take a quick minute to share this with your business bestie, subscribe, and leave a review. It helps me reach more business owners just like you. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future episodes, please reach out to me on my website. I've created a form just for you. Remember, with the right system and mindset, you can achieve the success your heart desires. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to chatting with you next time. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful week. And don't forget, let's grow, friends.